Okay, so good morning. Today is lesson 46. God is the love in which I forgive, from A Course in Miracles. So we're going to go ahead and pray in. So just tuck your chin and bow your head, and we're just going to know together that God is the love, that God is the only love, that we live in it, that it has us and holds us and knows us, it delights in us. And that as we surrender to it and seek it first, that all else is given to us. So this is the good news. This is the day the Lord has made, that we get to rejoice and be glad in. So we move into the feeling nature of complete joy and release these words into the powerful energy that says yes to it. And we let it be. So today, God is the love in which I forgive. God does not forgive because he has never condemned, and there must be condemnation before forgiveness is necessary. Forgiveness is the great need of the world, but that is because it is the world of illusion. Those who forgive are thus releasing themselves from illusion. Those who withhold forgiveness are binding themselves. As you condemn only yourself, so you forgive only yourself. Yet although God does not forgive, his love is nevertheless the basis of forgiveness. Fear condemns and love forgives. So that's a really key ingredient right there for us to remember, that our fear condemns. That's what fear does. Anytime you're afraid, you're actually condemning something. So love forgives. Forgiveness thus undoes what fear has produced, returning the mind to the awareness of God. For this reason, forgiveness can truly be called salvation. It is the means by which illusion disappears. Today's exercise requires at least 3 full 5-minute practice periods, and as many shorter ones as possible. Begin the longer practice periods by repeating today's idea to yourself as usual. God's love. God is the love in which I forgive. God is the love in which I forgive. So repeat that throughout the day. God is the love in which I forgive. Close your eyes as you do so and spend a minute or two in searching your mind for those whom you have not forgiven. It does not matter how much you have not forgiven them. You have forgiven them entirely or not at all. So there's no gray area here. It's either you are in love with them or you are in unforgiveness with them. If you are doing the exercise well, you should have no difficulty in finding a number of people that you have not forgiven. It is a safe rule that anyone you do not like is suitable subject. Mention each one by name and say, God is the love in which I forgive you, Mary. God is the love in which I forgive you, Paul. The purpose of the first period of today's practice period is to put you in a position to forgive yourself. After you've applied the idea to all of those who have come to mind, tell yourself, God is the love in which I forgive myself. God is the love in which I forgive myself. So this is the most important part of this lesson, is that we're forgiving everyone so that we can be forgiven, so that we can forgive ourselves, because we really are the only person here. Then devote the remainder of the practice period to adding such related ideas such as God is the love in which I love myself. God is the love in which I am blessed. The form of the application may vary considerably, but the central idea should not be lost sight of. You might say, for example, I cannot be guilty because I am a son of God. I have already been forgiven. No fear is possible in a mind beloved of God. So that's you. No fear is possible in your mind. There is no need to attack because love has forgiven me. There is no need to attack because love has forgiven me. The practice period should end, however, with a repetition of today's idea as originally stated. God is the love in which I forgive. The shorter practice periods may consist either of a repetition of the idea for today in the original form or in a related form, as you prefer. Be sure, however, to make sure specific applications if they are needed. They will be needed at any time during the day when you become aware of any kind of negative reaction to anyone, present or not present. And in that event, tell him silently, God is the love in which I forgive you. God is the love in which I forgive you. So today we're going to take the time. You can pause right now and you can practice for 5 minutes on your own. It's a little bit of a meditation. You go through who you are in unforgiveness with, and then you bring it back to yourself of there is that I am forgiven, that God is the love in which I forgive myself. That God is the love in which I forgive myself. And we want to remember today that we are innocent children of God, that this has been established by God, that today we surrender our competition with God, you know? God has no interest, has no investment in crucifixions. I'm never going to be able to convince God of my persecutions of my brother and how important they are. God doesn't even see it. You know, God knows that this has never happened, that I'm incapable of creating outside of God. You know, we all think that we've made this mad, mad, mad world, but nothing's happened outside of God. And I can only forgive myself for being tricked into thinking that something has happened. So, like, that's cause, you know, to laugh, you know. All separation happens when the Son of God remembers not to laugh. This is just a silly story that I've been telling myself, and I'm just ready to surrender it. You know, so this is sort of a big girl lesson today, you know, that you're obviously ready for. And, you know, because if you can speak the truth, you can also handle the truth. And the truth is that you and I are perfect, that you and I are unblemished children of God, that you and I are innocent, and that you and I are guilt-free. So that's the good news today. Enjoy it. Wear it well. And I'll see you tomorrow. God bless.